would you say if you saw Mel Gibson driving something you'd never expect? Fans lost their minds, friends were left speechless, and the paparazzi went on full alert. Nobody could figure out why a star would make this kind of choice. Could there be a secret behind it? These are 8 vehicles Mel Gibson owns that you'd never expect him to drive. Number 8. Toyota Cressida. In the 2010s, Mel Gibson was photographed driving a Toyota Cressida around Malibu, and that alone messes with expectations. This car dates back to the 1980s, a time when Gibson was already a global star. The Cressida was never rare, fast, or flashy. It was Toyota's quiet, mid-level sedan, built for normal families who wanted comfort, not attention. Here's what makes it strange. The Cressida usually came with a 2.0 to 3.0 liter inline 6, producing between 108 and 190 horsepower depending on the year. That is less power than many modern compact cars. Zero prestige, zero excitement. Yet the engine was known for being smooth, balanced, and almost impossible to kill if maintained properly. Mechanics still call it one of Toyota's most reliable 6-cylinders. So why would someone worth hundreds of millions drive it? Because in Los Angeles, attention is the real cost. A Cressida disappears in traffic. No paparazzi rush, no fans pulling out phones. Just a boxy sedan that looks like it belongs to someone's uncle. That anonymity has real value. Another detail most people miss. Toyota stopped selling the Cressida in the early 1990s. Anyone driving one decades later does it on purpose. Parts are cheap, repairs are simple. The car asks nothing from you except basic care. That choice says something uncomfortable. When fame gets loud, some people choose quiet on purpose. Number 7. Porsche 968. Did you know Mel Gibson's garage once included a Porsche 968? This is not your usual movie star Porsche. Forget the famous 911, the 968 is one of those cars you barely spot unless you're a total car nerd. Porsche made the 968 for just a short window, from 1991 to 1995. Production was low, only around 11,000 ever built. That alone makes it feel like an inside joke for drivers. What makes this car weird is the engine. Instead of a classic flat 6, the 968 packs a 3.0-liter 4-cylinder, and that's actually one of the biggest 4-cylinders you'll find in a sports car. It pumps out about 236 horsepower, which is quick but not crazy. The real magic is how it drives. Engine in the front, transmission in the back, weight balanced almost perfectly. That setup makes the corner smooth, almost like it's on rails. Why would Mel want a car like this? Maybe it's because nobody expects it. The car is quiet, handles great, and it's just rare enough that people in the know will notice. That's the trick. Show up in something most fans can't even name, and suddenly the conversation is about taste, not price. Number 6. Audi Q7. Mel Gibson in an Audi Q7? It sounds like a setup for a joke, but this is real. According to celebrity car trackers, Mel has been seen using a Q7 for daily life. If you picture a movie star's SUV, maybe you imagine armored glass or some one-off Italian monster. But the Audi Q7 is honestly just normal. This is a big, practical SUV with 3 rows and lots of legroom. Nothing wild about it. The Q7, especially the newer models, comes with a 3.0-liter V6, pushing out around 335 horsepower. It's quick for its size, but mostly built for hauling people, groceries, or whatever a guy like Mel needs to move. What's wild is the towing power. These can pull almost 7,700 pounds if you actually need it. Plus, you get the tech. Screens, cameras, and even that famous Audi all-wheel drive system, which means it feels stable even if the road gets rough. Now, some folks see an Audi Q7 and think rich dad at soccer practice. They aren't totally wrong. It's a car you pick when you want comfort and don't want to make a big deal out of arriving somewhere. In a city like LA, blending in sometimes works better than standing out. Ever wonder what someone like Mel drives when he wants people to ignore him? Wait until you see the next SUV he picked, the one that shouts Hollywood Hills. Number 5. Range Rover Sport HSE. Mel Gibson has been spotted behind the wheel of a Range Rover Sport HSE, and you almost have to laugh. This is the official SUV of the Hollywood Hills. You see one and you instantly think about gated driveways, palm trees, and famous faces hiding behind tinted glass. The HSE trim, especially in the late 2000s, came with a 4.4-liter V8, putting out around 300 horsepower. Heavy, powerful, and expensive to run, it fits the stereotype, but there's more to it. This isn't just some pretty face. The Range Rover Sport HSE can tow up to 7,700 pounds thanks to all-wheel drive and a strong frame. People call it a luxury tank. But the flip side? Gas mileage is brutal. 12 miles per gallon in the city tops. You'll notice at the pump fast. It's also a love-hate car. Owners swear by the ride and comfort, but old Range Rovers get a reputation for pricey repairs and electronic gremlins. Air suspension problems, warning lights, and the occasional leak all come with the territory. Still, for celebrities who want to be seen, nothing else sends quite the same message. If Mel is driving this, it means he's okay trading privacy for a little status. He can disappear in the Audi, but in a Range Rover, he's basically saying, yeah, you know who I am. Ever wonder what a superstar chooses when he wants pure comfort, no spotlight? The next car is his move for disappearing in plain sight. Number 4. Lexus LS430. Mel Gibson's Lexus LS430 might be the biggest curveball in his garage. In 2006, he got pulled over in Malibu driving one. 87 miles per hour in a 45 zone. Now, this car is the definition of blend in. It's a quiet, full-size luxury sedan. Nothing flashy, nothing loud. The LS430 was built for comfort, with a 4.3-liter V8 under the hood pushing out about 290 horsepower. Reliable, smooth, and basically silent on the highway. What makes it so interesting? Most celebrities pick cars that scream for attention, but the LS430 is invisible in LA traffic. That's the whole play. It's the perfect car for slipping through crowds without a second look. People who drive these often do it for one reason: privacy. The Lexus badge promises everything works. Even used, these cars run for hundreds of thousands of miles with just basic care. Another thing, maintenance isn't cheap if you ignore problems, but they don't break often. Owners rave about the quiet ride and bank vault build. The car weighs close to 4,000 pounds, giving it that solid, nothing bothers me feeling. You ever notice how the richest people sometimes dress down on purpose? Mel's Lexus does that on 4 wheels. It's a luxury move that doesn't need to announce itself. If you thought that was low-key, wait until you hear how he takes tech and power to a whole new level, BMW style. Number 3. BMW 7 Series. BMW 7 Series is Mel Gibson's choice when he wants to feel like the boss. Here's the real headline. Early 2000s models, especially the E65 generation, came with a 4.4-liter V8 throwing down around 325 horsepower. This isn't just a big luxury car, it's a full-blown tech lab on wheels. BMW packed it with their first iDrive system, which put all the controls on a little screen and dial. People either loved it or called it confusing, but you have to admit it was way ahead of its time. The 7 Series isn't just about gadgets though. The ride is soft, steering is tight, and this thing moves, hitting a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Electronically limited just in case you felt bold. The car weighs over 4,000 pounds but still feels fast, which is rare in a luxury sedan. There is a catch. Early E65s got a rep for pricey repairs and random electrical issues. Owners sometimes joke that when the warning lights come on, you need to call your bank before you call your mechanic. Still, the comfort and power make it worth the hassle for people who want to control every part of the drive. This is the car you pick when you need to get somewhere in a hurry, but want to do it like a CEO. How many movie stars pick a ride this complex? Now imagine taking that power and swapping it for something truly wild and Italian. Number 2. Maserati Quattroporte. Mel Gibson's Maserati Quattroporte story isn't just about fancy Italian cars. In 2010, he crashed his Quattroporte in Malibu. That's the headline. No one got hurt, but the car took the damage. The Quattroporte itself is a beast. Think Ferrari-derived 4.2 or 4.7 liter V8 with up to 430 horsepower. That's the kind of power that can get you in trouble fast on twisty roads. This Maserati isn't for the faint of heart. Rear-wheel drive, sharp steering, and an exhaust note that's pure drama. Most drivers dream of it, but with great power comes real risk. The Quattroporte is famous for its wild handling and tricky electronics. Repairs can get expensive, especially with European parts and specialists. And let's be honest, even the best drivers can lose control, especially in California canyons. What's wild is how quickly luxury can become a headache. One second you're cruising in style, the next you're calling a tow truck. But that's what makes owning something like this interesting. You're trading predictability for experience. The car is fast, loud, and a little unpredictable. Why does someone like Mel take that chance? Maybe it's about enjoying the ride and living in the moment. The story always sticks. Crashing a six-figure Italian icon is something fans remember. Ever wonder what happens when a star wants all the power and none of the attention? That's where the Bentley comes rolling in. Number 1. Bentley Arnage. Mel Gibson's Bentley Arnage tops everything else in his garage. This car is peak old-school luxury and real muscle. Let's get the facts. Late model Arnages pack a 6.75-liter twin-turbo V8 under the hood. That's around 500 horsepower and up to 738 pound-foot of torque. It's massive! These Bentleys are hand-built in England and cost over $220,000 new, sometimes going past $300,000 with options. Inside, it's like a private club. Deep wood, thick carpets, heavy doors. Every switch feels expensive. The Arnage weighs well over 2.5 tons, but it hits 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5.2 seconds. That's nuts for something this size. It doesn't shout for attention with wild looks. Instead, it's all about presence. You see one parked, you know someone serious has arrived. Here's the twist. Owning a Bentley isn't just about the ride. Maintenance is a rich person's sport. Routine care, tires, and specialty labor can hit 5 figures fast. Finding parts isn't like calling the corner shop. You need a specialist, sometimes waiting weeks for what you need. What does it say when Mel keeps a Bentley? He could drive anything loud, flashy, or tech-packed. Instead, he picks a car that oozes quiet strength and old money. It's an exclamation point that barely needs to speak. How often do you see a superstar go from Cressida to quiet to Bentley Kingpin in one collection? You're left wondering what statement he's making and what he's hiding. Secrets don't stop at the garage. Every choice tells a hidden story, and the next will leave you guessing. Tap the next video. There's always another twist waiting to be revealed.